Millions of years ago, humans lived in the jungle. Initially in caves, they later began to live together. Over time, human settlements were formed. Men provided protection and brought food, while women cared for children and feeding. People with different ideas started coming together, and the problems related to livelihood increased from there. From this, the king, who protected and controlled everyone, was born. Whatever you heard so far, what did you notice? The king was born, but why wasn't there a queen? Because men made the decision, not women. However, what was decided back then continues to affect most people to this day. International Women's Day was celebrated recently. On that occasion, we will explore this on our Political Mind Game channel. Hello, I am Dr. Uttam Shiralkar, a psychiatrist in the UK. Today, there are 195 countries in the world, but only 28 have had a female head of state. This includes India, Bangladesh, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, and some countries in Africa, Far East, and Europe. However, the interesting fact is that the most powerful, developed, and the voice of democracy in the world, the United States of America, has never had a female president. Whatever the reasons, we will examine the political psychology of women who reached the highest position in their countries and how their work differed from that of men. When we talk about women, the first stereotypical image that comes to mind is a homemaker. She takes care of the house, the children. Some women manage their jobs or businesses while doing all these tasks. Recently, a video of Italian lawmaker Gilda Sportillo went viral where she brought her baby to the parliament and breastfed the child there. Similarly, Australian Senator Larissa Waters did the same in the Australian Parliament. Despite being in their positions, they fulfilled their maternal responsibility. But have you ever seen a man bringing his child to the parliament? Women, regardless of their positions, fulfill their maternal responsibilities. Interestingly, there is a correlation between women's leadership and national happiness. Countries like Finland and Switzerland, where numerous women hold the highest position, consistently rank high on United Nations World Happiness Report. This suggests that women's inclusive leadership style improves quality of life. Studies have also shown that female leaders often exhibit different leadership style compared to their male counterparts. They tend to be more collaborative, relationship focused, and attentive to social issues. Women prioritize compassion and innovation in leadership but can take decisive actions when necessary. Former Australian Prime Minister Julia Gillard faced global criticism for her controversial statement regarding her country when she called for Muslims to leave. She took a firm stance, believing it was necessary for her country's protection, regardless of what others' opinions were. A similarly extraordinary decision was made by India's first and only female Prime Minister Indira Gandhi. Known for her bold choices, she is recognized as a stern leader, Iron Lady of India. More recently, former Bangladesh Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina made a bold attempt to change reservation, creating an emergency-like situation in the country. We know what had happened. You know what the outcome has been. Let's have a look at other female leaders across the world. Do you know who was the first female head of the state who was chosen by people, not by monarchy? It was Kertek Achima Toka. She was the first female head of state who became the head of the state in 1940. She was the first head of state who was chosen by people, not by monarchy. The Tuan's People's Republic, which was near but not part of Soviet Union then, came from a very humble background with immense self-determination. She worked to improve women's conditions. She focused on social welfare, health, education, understanding the true struggles of women. She ultimately led the historic merger of Tuva into United States of Soviet Republic. Although her achievements were significant, they were overshadowed by Second World War. In 1960, Sirima Bandaranaike of Ceylon, now it is called as Sri Lanka, became the world's first female prime minister. She changed the administrative language from English to Sinhala. She drafted a new constitution. She established a Ministry of Women and Children's Affairs for the first time and appointed a female cabinet minister besides herself. From 1969, Israel's Prime Minister Golda Meir was a prominent figure in international politics. It was in the early years of Israel, and she handled the well-known Yom Kippur War very effectively. You may know UK's Iron Lady Margaret Thatcher, who served as a Prime Minister from 1979, implementing major economic reforms. Similarly, Portugal's Prime Minister Maria de Lourdes focused on social welfare. All these and other women came from ordinary families, so understanding the problem of ordinary people was not difficult for them. However, they demonstrated how effectively they could work from their positions. Now let's see those who did manage to reach to the top position in their country, how long they lasted in that position. The first example of women head of state who served longest was Angela Merkel. She served as a German chancellor for more than 16 years. Similarly, Iceland's president Vigdis Finnbogadóttir, apologies for my pronunciation, she also served for 16 years. Other long-serving leaders include Sheikh Hasina of Bangladesh, Eugenia Charles of Dominica, Mary McLeish of Ireland, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf of Liberia, and so on. Of course, we can't forget Margaret Thatcher from United Kingdom and Indira Gandhi. From psychological point of view, women leaders are much more likely than men to say that being compassionate is absolutely essential for a leader. Women also place a higher value on innovation than men. Traditionally, women are seen as caregivers and homemakers. Men's role traditionally has been a breadwinner and a protector. Female leadership tends to be more collaborative and leadership and relationship oriented, while male leadership is more of a task oriented and focused on making quick decisions. Women tend to be more inclusive and democratic in their approach, while male leadership focuses on setting goals and achieving results. Of course, there are exceptions for every rule. But this was an attempt to give a broader understanding to show a political psychology perspective on Women's Day and their political roles. If you like this video, please click the like icon, please share and comment. Thank you.